Hi guys, welcome back to the fourth tutorial and good to see you again in 10 minutes for Six Sigma. My name is Jens Donat. I am working in the global fill and pack engineering, and close you see my contact data. If you have any question, comment or whatever, you can contact me every time. Would enjoy me to discuss this with you. Today we want to deepen the topic is one thing better than the other. This is a topic and a question which we have quite often. Back to the core question in the statistic. We had this already in tutorial number 2. The core question is, has something influence? Means, is it one of the vital fews, and is it significant different, or is it just by accident one thing out of the same population? In this example we have two caps, one out of pilot tool 1 and the second out of the modified pilot tool number 2. It's an example again out of Tres Cantos, and the question is basically, is cap 2 different from cap 1? Has the modification an influence? In this particular case was the torque the topic. So we measured the torque with the torque meter. We have here as well the topic design of experiments, DOE, and gauge R&R, but this I will skip here. If this is from interest, let me know, then I could make also an additional tutorial about this. Due to the thin wall thickness is a low torque needed. So what have we made? We measured just from cap number 1 and cap number 2 the torque, lip sealing, and to overcome the lock. These were the 2 points. We have 2 measurements from each cap, also in total we have 4 columns. So here left hand side we see all the measured figures, and right hand side we see already the first evaluation and the first summary. So we see at first we go to the mean. Here we see that, for example, the mean of the torque is slightly less than from cap 2 than from cap 1. Well, this is valid for both. This goes in the right direction, but whether it's relevant at the moment we don't know. Further on we have the standard deviation, and here we see that the standard deviation is slightly higher. This is of course against us, huh? So also we have a lower mean, higher standard deviation. It's not clear, and the question is, what does it mean exactly? So we have to crunch the numbers a little bit deeper. So we have here left hand side a box plot, and it belongs together. This belongs together, and this belongs together, but the box plot doesn't help really. It's we see more or less the same what we see already in what we have seen in the Excel sheet. So the mean is less, but the variation is higher. What does it mean? We don't know. The box plot makes this transparent, visible, but doesn't solve. So then we have a 95% interval plot. This is already gives us already more information. Also here, this belongs together and this belongs together, and here we see that there is maybe no or less overlapping, and this could be an indication that it's different. But let's. So I am every time also a big friend of a histogram to see the two curves. But also here we see the two curves, the blue one and the red one, and here we see what we have seen already in the figures. The mean is lower, but the variation is higher. But it's also here not clear which is better. Of course, we have to make a check. Are the data in a normal distribution? This is of course important, but in this kind of data, it's more or less every time the case that we have a normal distribution, and also here we have it. So then we go again deeper into the 95% interval plot. So and here we see that there is more or less no overlapping, and this gives us already an indication that it's significant. But we are now here in Minitab, our statistical softwares. There are also the pictures from. This is not Excel anymore. This is now already Minitab, and Minitab can make also for us an ANOVA t-test, and this is what helps here. And ANOVA or Minitab with the ANOVA test doesn't say yes or no at the end. It gives us some values. In this case, it gives us the p value, and the p is here very low. Means a low p means in this case that it's coming out of a different population. P is low, H0 must go. So also the cap number 2 is different from cap number 1. This is the output, what we see here, and what we can calculate, and what we now not only hope and think, now we know, at least to 95%. So the final conclusion is the option 2 is significant different from option 1. Means in our case, option 2 is better. So with this we are already at the end of the small tutorial. Is one thing better than the other? But this we have quite often this kind of question, and quite often we make there a stomach decision, and we think and we hope, oh, it should be better and seems so and whatever. So, but Six Sigma wants to know and not to hope and to think. Stay curious, and I hope we see each other again in one of the other tutorials, and thanks for listening.